Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Arm Nation. It's been a while since I covered a couple of news and I'm kind of behind. So today I'm going to cover a couple of topics. Number one is pistol brace, two, Liberty Safe, three, New Mexico, suspend a Second Amendment, and four, a bonus topic, World War III, possibly, hopefully not. And thank God that a couple of days we have rain because this almost this whole summer we have like triple digit here in Texas, and even the ground will start to crack up and stuff like that. So rain are welcome here in Texas. Before we move on to our topics, I recently got this Zippo Battery Banks 9S hand warmers. So not only that it's capable of charging your phone on the go, it's also warm your hand. And we're getting into the fall season, leading to winter. So it's a good idea to have something like this in the car. And it's LED too, as you can see there. Very nice looking color LED. So yeah, it's a good idea to have something like this inside your car just to be safe. Okay, let's go to our topics. Pistol brace ban. A while ago, I did put out a video telling you guys to be ready. There's going to be a pistol brace ban. If you live in a state that allows you to have a SBR, you can register your brace and for free, and it'll become an SBR, and you get the tax stamp for free. But it's kind of different. This time they'll approve your pistol brace, but then you won't get any tax stamp. It's different from when you have to pay $200 tax stamp. So I don't know how that's gonna work really, if it's legal for them to do that. But if it is, then why not? And what is pistol brace and why you should worry about it? A pistol brace, if you bought a short barrel rifle, basically that's what it's called. There's no sugarcoating it. Short barrel rifle, and you have a pistol brace on it. It's somehow become legal for you to use based on the definition of a short barrel rifle. The ATF keep on changing their mind. Sometimes they said you can't use this, and now you can, and then all of a sudden you get a ruling that say you can't use it. You have to register it, destroy it, or give it up to the authority and stuff like that. It's very confusing. So they'll give people a grace period from January 31st to May 31st of 2023 to register their short barrel rifle. But here's the thing, a lot of people who live in a very anti-gun state are not allowed to own SBR. So their only choice is to take off the pistol brace or turn it over to authority so they can destroy it for you. It's kind of laughable, don't do that. But it's kind of late now right now because grace period is over. However, if you are a member of the FRAC, GOA, FPC, even maybe the NRA, I wouldn't recommend you join the NRA because they're kind of corrupt. Gun organization, but join the other organization, FRAC, GOA, FPC, and I'm sure there's quite a bit more smaller gun organization that you can join. Basically, they have an injunctive relief for their members. Now, there's a fine print here. I'm not too sure if you have to be a member before all this went down, or can you be a member after the injunction and get relief from this new ATF brace rule. But it's good to be a member of one of these organizations that have an injunction. Now here's the downside, because the injunction is not a permanent ruling. Therefore, when it ends, you become a felon again if you don't register your brace pistol. Breaking news, if you're a FRAC member, you no longer have an injunction from the ATF ruling of pistol brace. So yeah, you could become a felon if you got caught by an ATF agent or uh, somebody on the range who want a sticker from the ATF and report you. So yeah, be careful if even if you're a member of the other organization. Be careful when bringing a pistol brace to a gun range because there's a lot of gun range that comply by every rules and laws, and they'll rat you out on anything. There are those kind of gun range and gun store out there. So be careful bringing out your pistol brace and exercising your rights. Oh boy, I'm getting a lot of plane flyby today. Yeah, maybe they're spying on me. I'm not sure about all this injunction relief. That's why I didn't give you guys all this news update and stuff like that because it's not permanent. I don't want to give your hope too high and then you ended up being squashed like that. Uh, just like today, the frag member no longer have the injunction. So yeah, if you got caught with a pistol brace, I don't know what's gonna happen, and that is the thing that you have to decide for yourself whether you still want to exercise your rights at a public gun range. I mean, privately, I don't care what you do. As long as you don't hurt people, I don't care what you do, what you have. Moving on to Liberty Safe. So what happened recently is that a I believe a leader of the Proud Boy uh, was sentenced to 22 years in prison. I believe 22 years in prison for a protest. He just standing out in the protest of January 6th. So he just stand out there. He didn't go into the Capitol, but they convicted him and give him 22 years in prison for that, just for a protest. The guy didn't hurt anybody. He didn't harm anyone. Other side hate him so much they are gonna try to get him on any charge possible. And he's not even inside the Capitol, but yeah, they charge him with something. And 22 years in prison, that's more than a murder. That's more than a murder charge. And that's kind of sad. This we have a two-tier justice system in our country. A murderer can get away with just a couple of years, but somebody who are peaceful, they want you to imprison you for life, basically. And what happened is FBI have a warrant to search his home, and they saw he have a couple of Liberty Safe, so they call Liberty Safe, and Liberty Safe just willingly give up a master code for the safe. Now the problem is the warrant didn't include Liberty Safe to disclose their master key to the FBI or the federal government, but Liberty Safe do it anyway. So what's the point of buying a safe if they just willingly give up a master code for all the products if a government agency or whatever requests? I mean, I wouldn't want to buy a safe that a company does this kind of things. Would you? Well, a couple of days after they got so much backlash, basically they are getting Bud Light. They got so much backlash that they released a new statement saying they'll change their policy. From now on, they're going to require a warrant or some sort in order for them to give up their master code to the government. But it's kind of too late. They've done it. If you do it once, you might do it again. So from now on, no more Liberty Safe for me. And if you have a Liberty Safe, make sure you remove the serial number from the back of the padlock. You can remove that pretty easy. Just lift it up, and on the back of the padlock, there's a couple of stickers with the serial number on it. You might want to remove that because the serial number is tied to a master code, and there are a variety of master code for different serial number. So make them work for it, or just I don't know, try to get rid of the safe altogether. Now, other company also have a similar things. They have a master code for all the safe, ways to get in, a back door, but it's all up to the policy. So next time you buy an expensive safe from any company, make sure you ask them, uh, have that in writing, whether they have this privacy policy that they won't give up, a passcode just because somebody asked for it. You really need a warrant for this kind of thing in order to, give away your passcode. But Liberty Safe do it anyway. They kind of regret that decision, but I don't know. I don't know if I can trust them again. Would you? Okay, the next piece of news is New Mexico. The governor has suspended the Second Amendment for 30 days. Basically, she want to convict law-abiding gun owner if you were to carry, conceal, or open carry. They could convict you. They could charge you with a felony for that. So for 30 days, you cannot do that. And she openly admitted that this law is to aim at law-abiding citizen, not the criminal, because the criminal don't follow laws in the first place. But she aimed this law at law-abiding citizen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the definition of a tyrant. And I guess she get away with it. Back then, something like this is not gonna fly by quickly. The tyrants will be dealt with swiftly. But today, people are so soft. I don't think people can do anything about this. Worst case scenario for her, she might get indicted. But it's just kind of like a slap in the wrist. You lose your job, whatever. She gonna go work for a different office. Who cares? But it's we need more harsher punishment for this kind of tyrants. And I was wondering how they gonna enforce all this. And some sheriff come out as they won't enforce this kind of law because it could get messy if they start to enforce this kind of thing. So New Mexico resident, you need to indict this tyrant ASAP. Otherwise, if she can get away with this, down the road it's gonna be worse for you guys. Okay, on the other news, World War III seemed very likely because the war in Ukraine continued to escalate further and further. I don't see a stop to this anytime soon. Maybe if we get Trump elected in 2024, he might able to end this quickly because that's what he promised. But I don't know, man. It's really hard to end a war where you have a tyrant refusing to get off his throne, refusing to make peace with the Russian. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, he don't want a peace talk with the Russian anymore. Right now, he just want to go all out, to the last man, so to say. Careful about this situation here. We could looking at World War III anytime soon. And I can't read the future. I hope, hopefully, we don't get to that point. And if we get to the point, I already warned you guys. So right now, the best prep is to get food, get as much canned food as possible. Because if you get fresh food, it's gonna get wasted. But also, I don't recommend a brand like Walmart or Kroger because they're not. Basically, I just don't trust the canning process. So get the more popular brand of canned food so it'll last longer. Because I do have a couple of cans of Walmart food that goes bad after the expiration date ends. It goes very bad very soon. But the other brand just doesn't go bad. And expired canned food, you can still eat it just to make sure it looks right, it smells right, and it tastes right. Okay, bonus topic. CRS Firearms, a YouTuber, Matt Hoover, has been convicted to prison for 5 years because he endorsed a product that is regulated by the federal government or the ATF. And that product is not even regulated. It's basically a sheet of metal with a drawing of the auto sear, which is supposed to turn a semi-automatic gun into an automatic gun. But 99.9% of the time, people won't be able to turn this sheet of metal into an auto sear because of the way it was made. Basically, it's just a novelty item, but the ATF say no, and now they just gonna charge an innocent man with a family 5 years in prison, and not to include all the money he has spent on this lawsuit. Also, the maker of the auto key card, he was charged a couple of years in prison as well. And last piece of news. Now, this is about rare breed trigger. This is a semi-automatic trigger that reset with every round, but like the federal government, they if they don't like something, they'll try to go after that product, after the person who make that product. So Rare Breed has recently filed another lawsuit against the ATF, but this time they need your help. So I'm gonna put a link down in the description if you want to help with this lawsuit against a Rare Breed trigger and the ATF. The ATF pretty much consider everything an automatic trigger, even a shoelace. I'm not even kidding you. So what's next? Your finger, because unfortunately you can bump fire your gun and turn it to an automatic with just your finger. So now you have to register your finger or chop it off. So what's going on now? Alright guys, thanks for watching and listening. Wouldn't recommend you doing this, but do it anyway. Try if you're a 2A guy or just really enjoy your rides. Make videos about it. Don't be afraid of making videos. Upload to every platform that you can, even YouTube. Now they are shadow banning my channel. I know that because a platform with billions of people view, but I only get a small number. And when I upload the same video to a different platform, I get way more people watching, like what's going on. So I know that YouTube is shadow banning my channel. So make sure you like, subscribe. It doesn't matter to me if one person watches or 1,000 people. It doesn't matter to me anymore. But make videos, exercise your rights, and tell people to do the same. Even if they ban you, forget about it and go to another platform and continue uploading video. So go to like alternate platform like BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, and stuff like that, and continue upload video for them. And I guarantee you get way more view than if you were to do it on YouTube, because you can just say a word that the algorithm doesn't like, and that will start to shadow ban you. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, if anybody asks you, are you armed, tell them no. You're armed AF. Peace out.